1,200-mile trip. Really looking forward to it. Should take us around about 10 to 12 days, depending on the conditions, which look favourable, because if they weren't, we wouldn't be leaving.
Well, good morning. It's been a while. We've just left Terceira after spending around about a year in the Azores because of life, and now we're heading back to the UK, so follow along.
Morning! Well, good morning from Sailing Nova Vita. It's 7:10 in the morning and it's early June, and I think it's about the 6th of June, and as John just said, we're leaving Terceira, heading out west towards Corvo, and then we will be heading north purely to avoid a little system that's coming across the front. We've had a wonderful time in the Azores, love it, super stuff. Thank you to everybody who has just been around, and for everybody that we've said hello to and just enjoyed our time on the island. That is Monte Brazil. Lovely walk, doable from the marina. You can go up round, and inside there it's the old volcano, it's a caldera. Beautiful walk, no coffee shop, no anything up the top, so if you want to take your picnic, it's a good idea with some water. Lots to see from around there, lots of wildlife, lots of everything. You might be able to see these in the water. Portuguese men of war jellyfish. Well, who would have thought it in the Azores, Portugal? Haha. And the swimming area is just round the corner. Not so good. When I say swimming area, what I really mean is the beach.
That's it. The engine's off. The sails are up. We have one reef in each sail at the moment, and we're sailing along slowly, and we are heading west. The reason we're heading west is to skirt around an area of zero wind that's going to be there, so we can either go straight north and then motor across it, or we can just go a bit west and follow the wind and go around it, and we've chosen to do that.
This is where we're going. looks like we're heading back the wrong way, but we're heading from Angra de Heroismo.
I'm going to try and get my fat head out of it. Okay.
We're sailing from... bollocks.
Dude, as if a cup of tea is going to stand up. I mean, this is the kind of stuff. This is the thing. When you've been ashore for a while, or you just put your tea down and think, oh, whoops. Is this the point at which I say, I've just bloody cleaned that? Alison's testing out the new caulking that I did. So anyway, before the tea incident, it's just such a waste of tea, you know, that's the worst thing about it.
I'm wasting my tea!
Yeah, I know. As I was saying, we've chosen to sail slowly and sail west because we're a sailing boat and we're out here to sail. So we're gonna go round. We're gonna follow the wind around rather than just motor through the calm. Back to the scheduled program.
We're sailing from Angra de Heroismo, and we're sailing towards Corvo out this direction, purely because up here there's going to be a horrible blow go through. So by the time we've done this, we can then pick up the wind to do that, because we're not going very fast, as you can see.
As Alison was saying, we're heading from Angra de Heroismo out this way towards Flores and Corvo. The UK is that way, but what we're doing is we're waiting for some stronger winds to go across there, and then there's going to be an empty patch here, no wind at all. So we're going to sail around the empty patch, and it should at that point put us on the correct side of the Azores High without having to motor. That's the plan anyway. Well, it's a lovely day and the forecast is 11 to 14 knots currently, and we've got that many, 3 to 4 knots. So it's a little frustrating on the helm, to say the least, and we're kind of bouncing around and the sails are slatting. And we are waiting for the aforementioned wind to fill in. It's day 2 of the trip. It's been a pretty windy night. Bit sploshy, all good, quite uneventful, just really windy and wet, lots of dolphins. Alison's off watch now, it's my turn to be in charge. It's the 10th of June, it's the 3rd day out. No, it's not the 10th of June. It's the 8th of June, it's our 3rd day at sea. We didn't really film anything yesterday because there was nothing really happening. There was just fog, you couldn't see anything, it was foggy, it was raining. And we ended up motoring for nearly 24 hours because despite going where the wind was supposed to be, there was none. But now there is. We are west of the Azores High now, and the wind is now pretty much behind us, and we're blasting along. We've got somewhere between 20 to 25 knots of wind, and we're doing about 7 knots, almost in the right direction. But we don't want to go too far east because there's no wind over there, so we're staying a bit to the west. If it gets too much over here, we'll just go more east. As you can see, Alison is off watch currently. So I am on watch, filming, there's sails, all the good stuff. Oops, trip over. Wind vane's doing a great job. See. A bit sploshy. So yeah, so we're doing about 7 knots and we've got 16 behind us. So what's that? Oh, that's 23 knots. Gets a bit gusty at times. The seas are quite small though, probably 2 meters, 2.5 meters, something like that. So quite comfortable. I can see over there though that there is a lot more wind coming because that's really dark on the water. So I'm going to put this down and prepare for that in a minute. Well, whilst it was nice and calm, I took the opportunity to whilst it was nice and calm, I took the opportunity to grab myself a drink and a bite to eat so that I'm ready for when the next one comes in, when the next bit of the blow comes through, which is pretty much about to happen, I think. So, all good so far. Oh, looks like I'll have some dolphins. As ever, I'm not going to the bow to film them because we never leave the cockpit whilst the other one is off watch and asleep, and I'm not going to wake Alison up just to go and film dolphins. I'm stood up here, but I am tethered, obviously. Always tethered on. Yeah, so there you go, dolphins. Seen hundreds of them, so many since we left the Azores. Probably 150 since we left the Azores. It's been amazing, incredible amount of dolphins out here. Right, back to it. Moment of day 4. What's happening? Nothing. Same as day 3, really. Just chugging along. It's kind of nice. We got. What are we doing? Fine. Our log's not working, so I have to work out the true wind from the apparent. The apparent says 12 and 5, so 17 knots of wind there or thereabouts. Running downwind under just a third reefed main at the moment, because we only need to make 100 miles a day for the next 3 days to avoid a system, and then to pick up the one behind it to head more north without bashing our heads against it. We're about 1,000 miles from England, so about 10 days. Morale on board is high. Looking pretty good in my new Lomo gear. Not sponsored by Lomo. Just like to give them a shout out because their gear is awesome. Really love it. Their Lomo offshore kit. Check them out. Scottish company. Love it. Yeah, nothing really to report. Just chugging along, same as yesterday. Ocean sailing. Kind of rinse and repeat life. There's the view ahead. Look at that. Oh, I know, blue sky, right? Lovely. We are about 1,000 miles from Plymouth at the moment, so not far. Maybe another 8-9 days, and yeah, we should be there. I think we've got one more. Looking at the forecast, one. How would you describe it? One large weather system to go through, but other than that, it should be right. So, a couple of gnarly nights, and we'll shoot back and forth. We're going to haul out, do a load of work, and then carry on with more adventures. If you haven't seen them, we've got a couple of videos about sailing to the Azores from the UK. This is to the UK from the Azores, so we're not going to film it. It's all going to be quite short. I'm going to chop it down because it's kind of the same thing, only slightly different routing, all to do with the Azores High, which is why we sailed out into the Atlantic and round. We didn't just sail north and then motor across the gap. We decided to use the wind and sail a longer distance, but use the wind, which is why we are, well, Portugal's that way, about 500 miles that way. Portugal, Spain, UK, Ireland. UK about 1,000 miles. No, it's about 1,000 miles. I already said that. So that's enough waffly bollocks from me. I'm going to go and drink my tea now. Just take one more look at this lovely view. It's the 10th of June. Look, Alison's not off watch for a change. Every time I've been filming, she's been off watch.
I am still here.
So,
I've just been off watch. Yes.
I'm going to hand you over to Alison and she can tell you what's going on.
What's going on? Well, it's day 5. It's still as grey as days 4, 3, 2 and 1. Very, very grey, as you can see. Very, very misty. We've seen on AIS and heard, because they're doing their 2-minute each foghorn signals for like that, to denote fog. There's 2 ships behind here, over there, and they are on AIS. Probably wouldn't hear that.
Oh no, that's pretty cool though, it does.
There, oh, one there, and one there. We're heading over here, but sort of doing the usual pattern of up, round and over, because we need to keep wind in the sails. Gosh, a bit rolly sea, because we're 120 to the wind, and it's a bit rolly. Other than that, we've got a full head sail out and a third reef main. Ask
me why.
Ask me why. Ask you why. Why,
Because
Mr. Turner, do we have?
If you put any more main out than that in these conditions, because the way we're rolling, it goes kabang, a kabang, a kabang, because there's not quite enough wind to keep it full. So it looks a bit counterintuitive, but a smaller sail, it's not quite as destructive for the rigging.
And we don't like kabangs all night and all day. No, we don't. We like a nice quiet and happy toodle along. Well, sometimes a whiz along. We've just had some lunch. It was savoury rice, egg fried rice actually.
Come on.
It was egg fried rice, egg fried rice. Egg fried rice.
Yeah, from scratch, I might add. 1,000 miles out into from scratch, 1,000 miles out into the Atlantic. This lady's spoiled.
I am, and it was lovely, really tasty, super yum. And now we're just relaxing after a nice big fat lunch. Trying not to slide off the boat with our round tummies. So all is good, and yes, still alive. Hello. Just seem to be off watch at the times, but more from me later on.
Lovely.